Alright, it's time to finish this. We gonna put Morgan behind bars? Morgan Fay? Oh, I didn't just save it again. June 22, 12:04 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Is it really true about my aunt? Wait. Yes. I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Innie could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your aunt, Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt? Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh hey. Ack! Miss Von Karma! Why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Ah! Looking down on me, even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. What if you don't defeat me? But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. ... Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. Nobody wins. Von Karma, nobody wins. Someone has been murdered. Several lives will be ruined. Nobody wins. Von Karma. I don't know if you realize this, but when somebody murders somebody else, nobody wins. Everybody loses. June 22, 12:10 p.m. District Court Courtroom number 2. The court will now reconvene, Mr. Wright. Thanks, Judge. Yes, Your Honor. Can you prove Miss Miney had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Miney and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Miney, please testify to this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought you wanted to ask about my motive. I don't see the point in bringing up the past. Your motive is in the past. Miss Miney, if you please. Okay, I totally don't think it will do any good, but last year's accident. That was last year in May. Something really bad had happened at my sister's clinic around then. And the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was totally pooped too, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. I woke up cause of a jolt and it was a sea of flames around me. I opened the door and got away. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Ah! Those were merely rumors. Totally baseless gossip. Yes, Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Right now it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Miney's sister. Yeah, which means I have to work this from another angle. Last year's accidents. Okay, let me before we listen to her again. May 24, hold on. May 24, late last night, so May 23. This is May 2nd. 21 days later. 3 weeks after the malpractice incident. Two women's car crashed into a highway center divide. One woman was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and died. Ongoing investigation has revealed the driver is falling asleep at the wheel. Totally tired, dropped off to sleep, and there was this crash, and like I woke up in a sea of flames. I was still half asleep, but I opened the right door and got out. Wait. Ah, which side of the car? Where's the steering wheel on? So the right door, in the States, the steering wheel is on the left, right? And so the passenger is on the right. Is that right? Yeah, okay. Open the right door. If Izumi is to believe the one driving the car was her sister, assuming that she's not driving, maybe she was driving and she killed her sister. That was like last year in May 2nd. Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then? Yeah, like that was in May too. Like the thing with all the patients dying was like May 2nd. And like our accident was like on the 24th. No. 23rd? May 24 late last night? May 23rd? Two accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sis was like totally tired, so that's why, duh. Like something really bad had happened at like my sister's clinic around then. That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of the mistake? Like, I heard it was cause the medicines, like, got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister, Miney? Like, no way. Dr. Gray, like, wanted to blame it on my sis. That incident has nothing to do with our murder here. Yes, it does. It's the motive. The doctor tried to frame your sister. That's the motive. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Miney's fault. Which means, as far as the real facts are concerned, Miney is the one who made the mistake. But like, it really wasn't my sis. Okay. And like the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. She was totally tired? You mean exhausted? Like, she had to talk to the police and like was being investigated like every day. It was like a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder then that the car accident happened, huh? Pressed harder. So then why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True, true. Ah, but like, I don't like have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware that you didn't have your license, Miss Miney. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. That's false. Like, okay, anyway. That's false because that's her driver's license. She lied. I actually think this is Miney. Miney crashed, her face got busted, and then at the hospital they put her face back together according to this photo, which is her sister's photo. Anyway. Like, okay, anyway. I was like totally pooped too, so I like fell asleep in the passenger seat. The accident happened at night, correct? Yeah, like it was at like 1 AM or so, I think. Okay, so it is the 24th. I had like a paper due like really soon. So like I hadn't slept and was working like real hard. So it was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened. I like woke up because of a jolt and like it was a sea of flames around me. And your sister, what happened to her? I didn't see her. The car was like totally black and there was like a ton of smoke. I like totally had like no clue what was going on. I like opened the door and like got away. Please tell us about your escape in more detail. I like kept wanting to forget that time. So like I don't remember things about the accident in like detail anymore. Well, it's alright. No need to push yourself. I think I like gave an interview after the accident. Like that would probably be the most accurate, you know. If it's that article, then I've already got it. I like didn't have my license, so like I couldn't take over driving for her. You lie! You lie! Miss Miney, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Miney? That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What? Are you talking about that perverted fake clinic director? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. And how do you know he was a perverted? No one cares. Witness! When did you receive your driver's license? Like last November. What? November? The accident happened last May. That's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What in the... That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Miney did not have a driver's license. Cry and my whip will accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers. I'm like glad you get it, but like even if I had my license, I like don't think my sis would have like let me drive. Yeah, don't just stand there to yourself. Not you too, Mia. With the whip and the pain and the ow. Miss Miney, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? Hey, that's because I think the situation calls for a more detailed testimony, Miss Miney, if you please. I like how annoying. Oops, like sorry. Didn't mean to be mean. No, that's... you already lied. What? She had a license. She had a license at the time. I wouldn't be allowed. Like, around that time, I was like really close to getting my license. My sis was like this totally big fan of cars and like really valued them. She like had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. She like would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So like that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too. Okay. I see, a bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but I wouldn't be allowed. Really close to getting my license. Why would she have a new car? Why would she have a new car if she was in so much trouble? So what do you mean by really close? Like I had one of those permit things. I think that's what they are called. Permit? Wow, the big name lawyer boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is. Well, this lawyer never had a permit. Ah! Ignorance is to be whipped! What is with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense. So like, may I continue? My sis was like this totally big fan of cars and like really valued them. She valued cars? How much would you say she valued her car? Well, like she'd flip out at like a drop of rain. And like she would notice if someone like touched the car door with dirty hands. In that case, why bother taking the car out of the garage ever? Press harder. Why did she take such special care of the car? How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car. New car? Like, you wouldn't want to like get it dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer? I would think that cars getting dirty is just another fact of life, but I guess people who really love cars think otherwise. Yeah, but I mean, they wouldn't go for a drive with it if they don't want to get it dirty. Phoenix, try asking something of more significance, alright? No, you. Well, Miss Miney, what kind of car was it? She, like, had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. It was a new car! Yeah. She had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK. The UK? Were those her boyfriend's initials? And it was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. Press harder. I really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor! Yes? Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony. You mean the part about being a special import car? Yes. Oh. Wait. On the UK they drive on the other side. The steering wheel is on the right side. If you get out of the right side of the car, you're driving. Oh. Oh, that's really clever. That's actually really clever. Sigh. Well, if you like cars that much then... That's not my point! Though to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Miss Miney, would you please fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. My sis' new car was like a totally special model from England! Alright, let me like save. Back. Dots. I yelled, hold it, pretty forcefully, but I don't actually know what to ask about cars. Ask for the heck of it. So yes, what am I supposed to pick a topic? Let's start with this. Why are British cars good? Like, huh? They're expensive and their driver's seat is opposite to our cars here in the States. Yeah, exactly. It would seem there is no benefit to owning one. Like, huh? This whole steering wheel on the right side thing, it's kind of goofy, isn't it? He's just telling you the answer. You, what do you know? That sleek shape, the way it starts... Okay, alright, fine. Ah, forgive me. Okay, so she's the one who loves cars. No, she's Mimi Miney. She's not Ini Miney, she's the one who loves cars. Her personality really changes at the drop of a hat. It's interesting, isn't it, Phoenix? Bit by bit, we are beginning to see the real contradiction behind this case. She like would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. Was your sister good at driving? She was like totally awesome. She like said she was going to be the like racing queen of the nursing world. Somehow I think she bumped my question off track again. So like that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too. And that was when the accident occurred, correct? Like yeah, I like immediately reached for the passenger side door and fled like in a daze. Objection! Sounds like you had a terrifying time. There is something very big here. It's going to be hard to break apart such a natural sounding testimony. No, it's not, it's fine. But we have to attack it, and by doing so our flaw will show itself. It has to. Do you really think so? Believe! There is a path, I know it. Mia's almost sounded like a prophet for a second there. You know Mia's already dead, right? No, I think... God damn it. Alright, so I think I hit her with the newspaper here. Objection! Miss Miney, do you remember this article? Question mark? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. But I opened the right door and like got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat, the left or the right? Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side. That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car. Opposite? The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be on the left side. Ah! What do you mean by this? Miss Miney, you said that you had escaped using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. Ah! Order in the court. Ah! Mr. Phoenix Wright is babbling nonsense again. Innie said the person who was driving was her older sister, Miney. That is what Innie said, yes, but that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Innie or Mimi, who was really driving that night? Mimi. Okay, look, I'm gonna save. I think it's actually Mimi. I think Innie is Mimi. But I think at this point in the game wants me to say Innie. Because this is a plot twist that comes later, I think. And the answer is Innie Miney, of course. Why would you say that? Miss Innie Miney just said so herself in her testimony. She said that she escaped the car from the right side door, which would have been where the driver's seat was. Ah! I'm inclined to feel sorry for a foolish fool who foolishly spends his time foolishly. At that time, Miss Innie Miney had not yet received her driver's license, which is why she crashed the car, and that is why the accident happened. Hold it, Phoenix. It looks like you still don't see the real truth behind the accident. No, but I do. I'm just going along with the game. The real truth? Think outside the box, isn't that what we always say? Alright, one more time. Okay, alright. Alright, the game actually wants me to say it now. I didn't know if the game wants me to say the plot twist yet. Alright, fine, it's Miney. The answer is the one person who had her driver's license, Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you just said the witness, Miss Innie Miney, was the one in the driver's seat. Which leads us to the next question. The next question! Who is the person standing in the witness stand right now? I didn't think we were ready for this. It's a bit of a stretch still. There's no actual conclusive evidence at this point to call her Miney, but anyway, here we are. Ah! What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. This witness's real name is... Miney, that is your real name. Of all the foolish dribble, then how do you explain her appearance? This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery. This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. Ah! But Miney, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then, the body they found at the crash site, that was the body of the real Miney. This is so over the top. Isn't that right, Miss Miney? That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Miney. Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face and was reborn as Ini. With this, she effectively erased Miney from existence. Your Honor, I am sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? Ah! What is the meaning of this nonsense? The whipping's pretty good. The Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of the nurse that died in the crash, Miney. However, that would not have been possible, because Miney was still in fact alive! And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening. At all costs! And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. What? Well, Miss Ini, I mean, Miss Von Karma. Ah! Why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness. That's right, I admit it. My real name is Miney. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. Well, I mean... okay. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister? I think I understand why. Miney wanted her whole self to disappear because of this! Was it really her fault? That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Miney. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Miney had a car accident, in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her car, her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister. Unbelievable! A plan beyond my wildest imagination! Yeah, exactly. It's beyond anyone's wildest imagination. It's just completely over the top. That jerk! If only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo-jumbo. Mumbo-jumbo? Becoming Ini had been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling? The occult? I hate it! I hate it all! I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as why does Miss Miney choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Yeah, no, Morgan Fay needs to go to prison. Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay. This... No, wait, Morgan. Morgan needs to be locked up. Morgan tried to frame Maya so she can take over the school. This is preposterous! I am perfect! No, you're not. Me, Franziska von Karma. I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Oh, ah! One more for good measure. Ha! Joke's on you, I enjoy being whipped. Phoenix! This court is a fraud, a sham. Now then, it looks like there'll be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. So I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty! That is all. This court is adjourned. June 22, 3:13 PM, District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Congratulations, Maya. Why? That's kind of weird. You know, that's kind of weird. Pearl is 8 years old, but when you're in her body, she has massive boobs, Mia. This is really weird. Congratulations, Maya. Sis! It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent. I was inside that clothing box, right? Oh. That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. There's still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi Miney had planned to open the door to the chamber herself. And then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congratulations, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out in another jam. Well, you know. But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. You're gonna have to do something about Morgan. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey Nick, tell me. Tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi Miney with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Yeah, no, tell her. It's because she wants to take over the stupid school. And make Pearl the next master. Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... Pearl. It's Pearl, right? Pearly? 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Kurain Village. And that person will be you, Maya. And? But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear, and what would happen then? The branch family, my aunt. No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearls. Ah! Everything was done for her sake. It was also that Pearls would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying, I thought so. Date and time unknown, detention center, solitary confinement cell 13. My precious Pearl, you are the only one suitable to be the master of Kurain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl, that Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Alright, you be patient in prison. You be patient right there in prison. And I will take a break. When we return, we will continue with the next episode.